What is the easiest way to make $1 million? If you're European, collect 2 million plastic bottles. Edit, my brain converts every currency to HRK because of where I'm from, so the answer works if you look at it that way. You get 50 lipos for every bottle in Croatia, comes to 0.080 cents a bottle. You collect 2 million bottles, you get 1 million kunas. I can't do math to save my life, so you'll have to calculate the rest yourself and convert to dollars, unfortunately. KK, this is the plan. Become a dentist, specifically a children's dentist. Proceed to pull out mad amounts of teeth and keep them. Put them under your pillow and boom. Cash flow. If you average 3 kids per hour and pull out all their teeth and each tooth is $1, you average $96/hour tax-free. If you don't sleep, in a year and a half you will get more than $1 million. Making $1 million is way. Having $1 million is hard. You find a job and start working. Depending on what you earn, in somewhere between 1-30 years you will have made $1 million. Depending on how quick you earn that million, you will likely have spent most of it, but you will have made $1 million. The easiest way to make $1 million, if you completely lack scruples but want to work within boundaries of law, is to establish a religious sect. People are very eager to believe the most outrageous shit and will readily expand their chosen religious leaders' financial fortunes. Not to mention that your religious sect would be exempted from paying taxes and nobody will ask you to show how you spend money from the sheep of the flock. Open a separate bank account. Plenty of free accounts exist. Send at least 10% of your paycheck into this account via direct deposit. Open a free online brokerage account or get started with a mutual fund account. Transfer everything from your new direct deposit account straight onto your new investment account. Every time you get paid, put all money from this account into an S&P 500 index fund, mutual fund, or an S&P 500 index fund ETF. Invest every pay period. It doesn't matter if the market is up, down, or sideways. With time, increase these regular contributions from 10% to a higher level. 20%/30%/40%/50%/ etc. Whatever you can contribute. The key is to spend as little money as possible, in general, and contribute as much as possible to this investment account. When you have enough for a down payment, purchase a single-family home. Down payments don't have to be 20% of the purchase price. They can be as low as 3.5% or 5%. Use an online loan calculator to determine which size loan you can afford based on 40% of your gross income. Either occupy this home to stop paying rent or rent this out at a price that covers your payment/taxes/insurance/PMI. Use a property management company to do all of the work. This will cost 10% of the monthly income. Keep saving in your investment account. If your house appreciates in value, consider a cash-out refinance to afford a down payment on another house/duplex/fourplex/etc. Repeat this cycle. Never stop investing in your index funds. Continue purchasing property and snowballing your net worth upwards. This is the key to getting rich. It's a gradual process. The hardest part, which takes the longest, will be saving up for your down payments. Getting rich slow is a deliberate, reliable process. Getting rich quick is more of an urban legend than anything else. You've just graduated and got a job making something above minimum wage. Instead of renting a nicer apartment, getting a new car, etc., save that money instead. Get what you need and save as much as possible, preferably in something like that employer's 401k program with a match. It won't be instantaneous, but it'll be worth it. The easiest way to make $1 million is time. Investing has been said in other comments here, but the scale and power of compounding interest wasn't adequately explained. I'll try to show just how easily you can make $1 million. Let's say you're 16 and you got your first job. You're making minimum wage at the local burger joint. But you can finally have your own money. After work you pass a vending machine, and you see a snack you want to buy. It costs $1.86. If you buy that snack you are spending $1.86. It's not that much money. But, if you invest that money, every day, you will have $1 million by the time you're 65 with a 10% annual return. $1.86 per day is $678.90 a year, or $30,550.50 over 49 years. $30,000 is a lot of money, but it's basically the price of a new car. That amount, over a lifetime, became $1 million. It is hard to make $1 million fast, but it's really easy if you have a lot of time. For what it's worth, if you were to keep saving that $1.86 until your death at 100, you would die with over $33 million. I'd earn $1 million every few years working my management job. I wouldn't consider it easy work, but it also isn't that hard. Also, taxes suck when you make six figures. It's unbelievable how much you pay. Actual rich people pay much less as their income is capital gains, carried interest, through partnerships, or held offshore. For high net worth, it's totally unfair. Figure out how to make $1 on the internet, then write a program to repeat that over and over. One famous example of this is arbitrage for books and goods. Write a program that takes a bunch of products from one site, like Amazon, and lists them on another, like eBay, for $1 more, and set up your program to fill the orders from the second site using the first site. Congratulations, you just middlemaned your way into lots of money. It's called capitalism, baby. The easiest way, but it will take time. First question is that if you want to make $1 million, you have to think about how to do it without paying taxes and something scalable unlike a job. The best way is to do it with the depreciation of your assets. Get a loan and buy a rental property. Everyone needs a house. You will need to get a down payment or find an investor. Now the average return is about 8 to 12%. You get to depreciate 8% of your assets every year, meaning that it will lower your net income and lower your tax rate or no tax at all if your depreciation is higher than your profits. You don't lose profit for depreciation, you get to subtract the 8% of your asset against your net income and you take profits home tax-free. Let's say you get a loan for a $300,000 house. The down payment would be around $20–30K. Let's say you make $750 monthly profit after mortgage fees and maintenance. That would be $9,000 year profit. Now you get to subtract the depreciation of 8% of your assets. 300,000 by 8% equals 24,000. Now you would subtract the depreciation of your profit $9,000, $24,000, that is minus $15,000, so you would report a negative income of minus $15,000 due to depreciation. Since you reported a negative income, you pay no taxes on your $9,000 profit. Since it's negative, the government will also give you benefits. Remember, this is only one property. The goal is to build your portfolio for more property and maybe an apartment complex. This is how the rich get richer without paying taxes. You are playing Monopoly in real life. Remember, the poor work for money and the rich work for assets. The only way to know if a person is rich if they use tax loophole. You can't get rich by paying taxes like an employee. Boring, slow answer. Learn the reason why Einstein described compound interest as the most powerful force in the universe. Basically, there are two types of people, those that understand compound interest, and those that pay it. Max your pension if possible to get the biggest tax break and allow it to slowly compound in your favor. If you have a mortgage and can afford to overpay a bit, reduce the term until your payments are just within your comfort level. Start an investment fund that you regularly pay into after payday, and forget about it. Don't buy stupid cars or other expensive shit that depreciates quickly. Honestly, The quickester and more reliable way to do it for a normal person would be to throw every single penny you can into index funds, S&P 500, Roth IRAs, and your employer-matched 401k if you're lucky enough to have one. While even that's a gamble, it's the quickester and most reliable way to do it. Also, networking is the way to go if you want to earn it faster. You have to be surrounded by people who have done it and or can provide you with opportunities to capitalize on. I have friends who schmooze with the right people and make shit happen. It's weird the personality you need for that. It's a mix of always being on, having the right amount of aggression, and a firm understanding that those people aren't really your friends, but you have to act like they are for as long as you plan to be well connected. The super successful people I know don't only have a few friends, they have tons of friends that require constant tending to in superficial ways, sort of like tending to a garden. That makes them sound sort of slimy, and many are, but many aren't. They just know the game. I've never fully tried this, but I've never had great luck forming relationships with wealthy and well-connected people for networking purposes. It's like I give off a pheromone where they know I shop for clothes at Marshall's and use coupons. I thought this was a serious question, so I'll treat it as such. The hardest part is saving up about $25,000, easy enough if you are single and motivated, effectively impossible in the US if you are a single parent. While saving the $25K, start reading books on day trading and swing trading, learn about finance and the markets. Once you have about $5K saved up, get a trading account on Webull or some such, and a paper trading account in Ameritrade. The $5K in Webull or others start small trades, a few dollars here and there to get over the elation and despair of profits and losses. You are trying to build a sense of distance from the results of your trades. Use what you've learned so far to help guide your purchases and sales. Most likely you are going to lose a few $1,000s here because of bad trades. That and the 4-6 hours per day of learning are the price of entry to this arena. Also, once you have your $5K saved up, subscribe to the trader who hosts daily conversations and videos. We like The Humble Trader. Not an endorsement, there are many out there, we just happen to like her. Continue this learning process for a minimum of 6 months, or until you have your $25K saved up. You need to understand how the market works, jargon, the psychology of trading, the various tools available to you, get the pulse of the financial world, and build a strict regimen of information gathering, plan creation, and plan execution. Once you have all of this under your belt, you should be able to turn that $25K into $1 million in about 10 years of 4 hours per day of trading, maybe less if you are able to continue saving and working while you are trading. If, and only if you consistently earn more trading than you do in your regular job for a period of 2 years, you are permitted to quit your day job. This is not a pretty way, nor is it an ethical way. You are going to learn that this is literally nothing more than a game, and the way to keep score are successful trades and a number of zeros in your bank account. You are going to learn this game is rigged, it is slimy, and it is corrupt. You are going to be a capitalist, which is a dirty word indeed. If you come out of this without feeling like you've been wading in a pool of fetid cancer organs up to your armpits, you are doing it wrong. This is the easiest way. 1,500 hours of learning and 2 years of strict savings to earn your ticket is a song in the park compared to any other method. It is not the most ethical, it is not guaranteed, and it surely is not low stress compared to a few years of university schooling, $250,000 in student debt, and then 10 years of 60-70-hour work weeks as a slave to an employer while you climb the fiscal ladder. This is a fucking nap in the shade. Good luck. But don't say I didn't warn you. Work hard at any job for 20 years. Work hard and don't miss work. Spend only what you have to survive. Invest the rest. There is a very high likelihood that you will have a net worth north of $1 million. You will have fundamentally changed by that point. You probably won't have many friends and familial relationships. And, You'll be so different by then. You won't even spend the money when you hit the target, but you'll get there. Write and sell a book called The Easiest Way to Make $1 Million, and in the book, detail the publishing process as follows. Write and sell a book called The Easiest Way to Make $1 Million, Surefire Success. There are many easy ways to make $1 million, but none are particularly fast, which I assume is what you're really asking. Just as an example, if you put aside $500 per month and get 3% interest annually, you'll have $1 million in 60 years. If you can only set aside $100 per month but can find a 7% return, then you'll have the same time horizon. This depends on the definition of easy. If it's the best way for a person in an average situation, it would probably be investing. Still requires a lot of work, but with some luck and maybe some help, it's much easier than, for example, starting a business. If easy means minimal effort from birth, allowing for advantages, it's probably inheritance, or streaming, making YouTube content when you're attractive. Boring answer here, but the most realistically easy way for most people to do it is to work a normal job, save most of your salary for between 10–45 years, preferably not have kids or debt. The more salary you get, the faster you will get to $1 million, but it doesn't require a particularly high salary to achieve, nor does it require you to be extremely smart, good-looking, or lucky. You break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do you go for the vault? No. You go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As you're taking it down, a woman catches you. She tells you to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. You say a number. You make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and you escape in one of their uniforms. You tell her to meet you in Mexico, but you go to Canada. You don't trust her. Besides, you like the cold. 30 years later, you get a postcard. You have a son and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. You tell Tiffany to meet you in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for you all these years. She's never taken another lover. You don't care. You don't show up. You go to Berlin. That's where you stash the chandelier. 95% of these answers are jokes. But I'll answer seriously by saying what's worked for me in case anyone's looking for a serious answer. People suggest that you find something that you enjoy, something that you're good at, and something that you can make money from. That's a good vocational target. If you pick a growing digital industry, then you can become an expert relatively quickly, then build a business around it. Digital businesses are great because they can scale so much easier than physical product businesses. For example, an app can be distributed to 1 million people in an afternoon, whereas a gadget needs a sales and distribution network, plus you need to find the cash to manufacture it before you sell it. And blockchain are examples of growing digital sectors. Most big digital businesses have a mergers and acquisitions department that are on the lookout for businesses they could acquire to expand their offering and generate more revenue. The price they pay for a business varies, but 4 times revenue, not profit, is about right. If you're able to consistently show $250,000 per year in revenue, or even the promise of decent revenue, then it's not too hard to get to a $1 million valuation. Also, compound interest. Honestly, one of the easiest ways is knowing how to invest in a market crash. A good amount of people absolutely became millionaires last year with stocks. It does take a little bit of luck as well, but it's doable. While others panic sell, you discount buy, but only at your own risk. 1. Live in country that has good paying jobs. 2. Join military to get access to college funds and home loans. 3. Get college degree. 4. Find good job with good retirement plan and decent pay. 5. Put away at least 20–30% of pay to savings and retirement. 6. Don't try to keep up with Joneses. 7. Marry spouse that followed 1. 6. 8. Ensure one person in household is tight with money, while other is liberal. This creates good balance. 9. Work butt off to get good raises. 10. Give back to community. Living below means doesn't have to be unfulfilling. Giving to others can be as rewarding as an expensive car, but it builds goodwill and equity you can tap into. 11. Pray to God you don't get sick or lose job.